Happy holidays, happy new year. Welcome. This is the Trade Tribe season finale. This has been a long time coming. Heero didn't think we was gonna make it this far. 11 episodes in, more than 11 episodes because we had a lot of bonus episodes along the way. This is the season finale to season one. That is still crazy to me.
There's very few things in life I dislike. I don't
Being
like I don't
wrong.
like soggy cereal. I don't like bad I don't like bad fake punts in football, and most of all, I don't like having to eat crow. But if for this special occasion, I will. Uh, Congratulations, you have completed the task at hand, and not only just completed it, because you could have been, half-ass at it. You accomplished in stride, young man. You accomplished in stride. So, congratulations to the Trade Tribe. This is a highlight for all of us, not just Taufik. This goes out to the whole tribe. If you were ever on a call, if there was anything you ever did to engage in the community, yeah, you're a part of this success. So shout out.
Definitely. And for those that may not know, my name is Taufik Suleiman, the student investor, as by no means am I an expert, but every week I'm looking to get better and bring my tribe along. The Trade Tribe is a trading community and show where we learn to trade, share strategies, and contribute to making the tribe wealthier. This show is our take on how we analyze the markets, what we think is going to happen, and how we make plays on that, as well as share our learnings along the journey. So between our trading group chat and our weekly recorded calls, we want to see every young adult a part of our tribe thrive. So make sure to add us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and any podcast platform at the Trade Tribe. And Heero, you can introduce yourself too.
My name is Heero. I am the host of the Identity Booth and also the author illustrator of the Strangers comic book. Uh, this is my brother Taufik, and I presented him with a challenge. A lot of what I do revolves around helping to keep this situation going and these videos going. Uh, I'm nothing special, but I do have a few knickknacks and I know how to cook. So start where you want to end.
We also forgot to mention you, the co-host of the Trade Tribe and the
Yeah,
Tribe King.
I am one of the many members. We've had a lot of people on there, but as
Oh,
much as I always try and force this on Toffee because this is his baby. I like to tell him that this is his baby. You feel me? And one day I'll step away from this and I'll just be what we call a benefactor and investor, and that's how I reside. I'll be over a department where I tell people how to handle the things that Taufik needs done.
the
But
board of directors, basically.
oh man, I just anything I can write off on a tax. But like I do enjoy co-hosting this, and it's it's one of the many things that I've taken solace in because as a co-host, I host two shows. So as a co-host, I get to sit back and kind of give direction. I feel like a producer for once, where I'm able to give you insight into, hey, this is how you get the conversation going. Hey, this is how you get things moving. This is how you get somebody who doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about to shut up. Like it's all about, being perspective, and being a co-host has also helped me get better at being a host. So I appreciate you, letting me uh take position out on your platform, and being able to share your content and information has been invaluable to me, man.
Nah, I feel like everyone's learning. I'm learning as well. Everyone else in the tribe is learning. Like, it's been such a great experience because I didn't know nothing about creating a podcast, creating a show. Like, I've not had that experience and being able to see, okay, what goes on in the background and see how easy it can be. Because creating a podcast, creating a show is super easy as long as you take the right steps. The hard part is the consistency. And I feel like you knew that ahead of time. And that's why you told me, hey,
Oh
get to
yeah.
11 and then, okay, we can figure out from there. That was the
Yeah,
only hard part.
no, for sure. It's every one thing that a lot of people fail to realize is that this is a community that isn't tapped into by Black people. Like I kind of scoff at like places like Clubhouse and like Instagram and Facebook, because it's anyone can start a profile and post something and be
Mhm.
done with it. But to have intellectual content, like to have engaging conversation, to actually have to sit here and read your chart, like you can't, you can't come here 10 minutes before a meeting starts and try and talk because you don't know what the week covered. You don't know about what's going on. You just look like you're just stunting the group at that point. So it's always something with the podcast. Like you put out a pod, like I put out an episode every day. So, and I work a full time. It's not like this is a full time job for me. This is literally a hobby. So like it really, and I see the results that I want to. So it's really about your own dedication. And I always like to test people with that. Like if you can't do this for yourself, what's my rule? Look, you know, you got to love your shit first. And if you can't make this shit for yourself, then no one is gonna want it because it's not gonna be worth anything to anybody else.
Facts. What kind of motivates you to do is going to be the biggest determining factor of if you're going to make it to where you're going to or not. And I feel like for the tribe, which is again my baby, it's been easy to be motivated because then you see in the group chat in the Discord when everyone posts their profits. Oh, I made this much this month. Or I just made my first option trade and I made this much. Like that is huge. And like every time I see that, it's like okay, forget whatever I'm doing. I need to do something for the trade tribe this week. I got to put something else out. I got to go prepare for our call that we do every week. I got to go figure out, okay, what's going to make us better as a group, as a tribe for next week. And it's easy to do that when we have people that are here, serious to learn, serious to contribute, serious to change the game for themselves too. So it's like seeing how we started from what it was only like 5 of us, me, you, and 3 other people in the Discord to eventually hitting this amount of people. Like right now we're sitting at upwards of 30, maybe on track to make 50 before the end of the year. I think that's just really powerful. Like now we have these people that okay, not only am I doing this for myself, I'm doing it for this 40 other people in the Discord. Like this is the tribe. That's easy to motivate myself to do this. So it's really interesting to see how much like we've grown since then.
No, definitely. And shout out to the people that are staying consistent with it. And you have to remember, like a lot of people are saying, wow, like, okay, this lot it's not as tough as it we make it seem. There are people in our group right now who make less than 1 trade a week. And that's fine as long as it's a trade that you want to make because you have information that was like not even that you had to search yourself, but was made available to you. And that's what it's all about. You want to get better, and if that's something you're interested in doing, you're gonna find it. You're gonna seek it out. Like minds think alike.
And that's something I really enjoy too. Is like it's not only people I knew personally, like other people in the group referred their friends, like, hey, this is a really dope group with a lot of great information, a lot of great resources. And they say, hey, can this person join? Like, of course they can join. As long as they're looking to be serious and learn, of course they can join. And people have joined our tribe. And it's people that I've either not met in person. Like I remember you say you've not met a good amount of people in person since we started this, but then it's people that you have a relationship with that you can talk about other stuff outside of trading and investing. But the beauty is that we're bringing in people from different backgrounds, people that are mothers, women, people of other races. So not only black focused group, like we have people from different backgrounds, people that are students, people still in college, to people that are working as full-time lawyers right now. Like I'm here working at Microsoft, you're working doing your surgeries, but even between your surgeries, you're coming back and talking in the Discord, hopping on the calls to provide more information. I think that was probably the most exciting thing I've seen.
Diversity is key.
Mhm.
A lot of people shun away from it. You can see a sheltered world when you don't diversify yourself, and it's almost an allegory to how you have to treat your investments. You have to diversify your investments.
Mm.
The same way you have to diversify your setup. Uh, Rebecca, like in the whole entire group, my favorite person is now Rebecca because me and her are both dividend based investors. I would have never known Rebecca without this. And the day is gonna come when we're able to go back outside and we can all meet up and do our first annual trade tribe meetup or something like that. Or one day we hit it big and we do a 5% dump, 5% dump of our total investment, and we all pay for a vacation for us all to go to as
Oh,
a treat.
sound
Hey,
like a trade tribe conference you
yeah,
suggested. I might write that down real quick.
because goal, and you have to speak it into existence. You have to make it a goal. That's something that me and my friends do. We meet up once a year to do those things. So why can't we uh, take pride in your progress? I like that aspect of it, but you're absolutely right. The friends we make here and the way we branch out from here has also changed the way that I view meeting people online.
Facts. And it's crazy that you're able to speak so strongly about that because y'all haven't met, but you
No,
have that connection. Like,
but yeah, but there's something about someone who wants to see you
be
thrive.
great.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, be great. Like if someone wants to see you be great, you don't really need to meet them. You can
Mm,
take them at face value. And a big misconception was like the trade tribe was this exclusive, like it's only meant for a certain group of people. I mean, everybody, our tribe, and like I like to say that my people. And when people are like, who do you mean my people? If you got to ask, then you don't need to know. My
exactly.
people know who I'm
It's on a
talking
need
to.
to know basis.
Yeah. I don't need to explain my people to you. They're my people. So
Now,
like,
facts. The tribe is open to everyone, but it's going to be successful for a specific group of people, and those are the people that are open minded, people that are looking to learn, contribute to a tribe that will make sure that they will look out. Like again, I look at as everyone in the group as someone that I will go an extra leg out because I know they have an initial investment of their energy in our success, our group growth and success.
mm,
So if I see someone, oh, he made investment, I want that investment to work because I know you're a part of my tribe. So I want that to see that work. So I'm gonna make sure that hey, you're gonna succeed as well. Again, we say it in the intro every time. We want to see every member of our tribe thrive. Like it's in our culture.
yeah, and big things are coming. And I feel like before we can even like talk about the future, we should at least like recognize the past a little bit. Like a lot of people's improvements, a lot of people's like growth, and I think we got some testimonies that we want to read off. All right,
Definitely,
uh,
definitely.
I can start off with one. I'm gonna start off with the Billy Goat. If you want to, and how do these testimonies, we have 100, we have at least 15 of them right here, but this show would be forever, and that's not the intent. But your
But
testimony, everyone's
real quick,
testimony, huh?
real quick, as a context for those that pay attention. So at the end of the year, something we did this year was we asked our members to provide a testimony or a shout out or kind of just share their experience since they've joined the group. Some of them new, some of them old since we first started. And they went into the Discord, dropped their testimonials. We got some shout outs from different people saying, hey, this person helped me out specifically. And then it was really great seeing that like everyone dropped their testimonial about how a positive experience is. But I don't think I've seen anything that was negative about anything in the group. So it was really interesting seeing that. And as the hero's about to start, he's about to read off maybe one or two, maybe three testimonials, just ones that stood out or the ones that he is things who kind of share what people's experience was.
Yeah, yeah. And shout out to everyone at Road Testimonial. Like we appreciate it. We see this.
Mhm.
Uh, try and like every post that you see. But we'll start off with Billy Goat. See what she said up in the trade tribe. She said the trade tribe has been a breath of fresh air. Not everyone in my circle has taken a leap into the investment world, and that's fine. But talking about stocks bouncing off ideas is like a foreign language to them. For a while, it was like I just learned about a new stock, but I have no one to talk about it with. The tribe is a place I can share ideas, ask questions, or simply read up on news and other topics members are discussing. There is always something new to learn. The community and wealth of knowledge shared is genuine and appreciated. That's by our cousin Billy. We appreciate you. She came in and dropped some gems for us, man.
Yes, can we talk about her call out? She called out BLNK. For those that don't know, that's blink charging. There's
Mhm.
a huge way about electric vehicles, but a lot of things people are not paying attention to is that with all these new electric cars, how are we gonna power them? Of course, electric vehicle charging stations. And one of the ones that is becoming big right now is BLNK. Especially with Joe Biden becoming president of the United States and looking to back and provide infrastructure for the huge influx of electric vehicles that's going to be hitting the roads leading into 2030. She found this stock and we were able to bring it up on one of our calls in the group chat as well. If you're paying attention, there's even more value in the Discord itself than just listen to our calls. So if you're interested in joining, definitely join. But she had mentioned it in both the Discord and on the calls. And just from that stock play, we made about over 200% profit just off the stock. I was trading the options on the side. And when we worked together as a tribe, we now found a different stock called SDE. They're a competitor and they're also into electric vehicle charging stations. It's called Switchback Energy and they do
That's
their
the
own
one I
too.
have.
So just with Billy Key bringing that up, we then later on made money off of that, at least 100% profit off of that. We then found another one similar to it just off that one call out, which was SB, made even more money off of that. And that's just the beauty of the tribe. Everything comes full circle. So big shout out to Billy Key.
Yeah, for sure. And there's something I want to mention in her statement, how she talks about how she was looking for a community and couldn't find one. you got to understand something. You know, uh, uh, the quickest way Taufik would have failed this task is trying to bring along only people he knows,
Mm,
people he directly deals with every day. Because whether you want to believe it or not, when you're making something, you can't bring it to the people you know.
mm,
They're not interested. You don't bring your product to people you know, you bring them an opportunity to make money. That's why that's one of those rare occasions where when I become a real estate investor, I'm not going to be like, oh, who wants to buy a house in the trade tribe? I'm going to be like, who wants to invest in this property that I'm going to sell? Because that's going to make them money. Them
facts.
having to spend money on me it doesn't sound right, but that's the truth about doing business or creating something. You have to be your biggest fan, and she couldn't make a community amongst herself. Like, she easily had the plug by herself, but she seeked one out, and that's what's so important about, you know, reaching out to like Trade Tribe and looking for those people. Don't be afraid to look for like-minded people, because they're out there.
And that's literally why we started. Like for me, I dealt with that where I couldn't find people that were interested in stocks like me. Like I was like, oh, this is a guaranteed money play right here. Bring it up to my friends. Not really gonna pay attention. Like, not really interested in that. But then weeks later, I'll make the profits. Like, okay, I'm not gonna share my how much I made off it because you weren't interested in hearing about it when I first brought it up. But now we have this group. I have this group. You have this group. Biliki has this group where she can now talk about the things that she cares about and opportunities that she sees and feel like she doesn't feel ostracized for just discussing it. Because these are discussions that we need to have. Like one of the reasons why I think there's a huge wealth gap between people like us and other people is there's not enough discussion. There's not enough knowledge going on around this. And with this, we're trying to solve that, make a small dent in that wealth gap by providing a place where you can have those discussions or feel free to talk about and share those knowledge with people.
No, definitely, definitely. Did you have another
Yeah, so I can go on and talk about the next one. So the next one is from Tariq, gang member ourselves. You know, we go way back. We started college together, but he joined the chat and he says the tribe has been an incredible experience. I believe we're building something much more than a Discord group chat. I truly feel as if I could reach out to any member for anything. I've seen the tribe grow each week and it seems to become stronger and better. I started investing in late August with about $1,000. By late October, I was able to walk away from the market with 4,000. I want to shout out Jesse for truly helped me get started in the game. Jesse is another member of the tribe. And he said, Tarek still continues to say, I'll be back in 2021, hitting the markets, even harder to reach a goal of 10,000. And I believe only the tribe can help me achieve that. Looking forward to 2021 and beyond with the tribe. So for those that don't know, he's also taking a break just to focus on work and other things as well. So and this is perfect time for him to do that so that in 2021 he can come back, be involved in the group chat, and hit that goal of 10K. So I think that's really dope. Like he's been a part of it since the beginning. He's seen the value. He's been involved in adding the value, and he even said he reached out to you about like the comic stuff that y'all had both had a similar interest. So that was great to see. You want to talk more about that?
Oh yeah. So he Dark figured, like, was just wondering, like, it's so strange because you were talking like, oh yeah, I have a cousin who likes to draw and he does all this cool stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then we were on the chat and it's like, yeah, Taufik was telling me about the cousin who's drawing. Like, who else does he know that can draw other than me? And I was like, yeah, that's me. And he was like, okay, so you do this, you have a podcast, you draw, and you work in the healthcare. He's like, when do you sleep? And my response is, you can sleep when you're dead. And from that, he was like, well, I'm trying to create this anime. And he brought his work to me. I was like, this is amazing. Like, you know, this is the thing. It doesn't end here. And each person, when they get in the call, you can pull them aside, you can get their numbers, you can do whatever you want to help fortify that bond. And I think that's what's crucial. Like, when we get off the Discord, we just don't turn off our brains to stock. We're now working on stuff that individually we've gained from the group. Say, for example, I'm rebuilding my chart with Rebecca, and I'm working on my comic book and getting pinpoint information from Tark. These are things that have nothing to do with, you know, the call or us being in the Discord, but through that connection, we were able to build on stuff.
Dope. And with that, he's coming back, I guess, in early next year to kind of reach that goal. He's
I
quadrupled the
think
money.
that's an amazing goal. Just to sit out there like 10,000. Like I think
Yeah.
that's an amazing goal. I never really put value into putting like a monetary value on my growth in stocks. Like as long as I'm above where I started, which is $15.34, I'm fine. Like, but I think that's an awesome goal to put forth. When I get my charts all set up for dividends, I think my goal is gonna make to have made $1,000 off of dividend plays, which will require me to
Mhm.
be like 6,000 invested. So I think I'm ready to go that far.
No, definitely. I think everyone should have a goal that they have targeted, but again, create milestones along the way. Like my goal is to hit 250,000 in the markets, and I'm getting closer every day. But a closer milestone is to reach 100,000, break that six-figure wall. Like if I can have six figures invested in the markets, that would be amazing. We would have people in the group chat that have hit that goal. I remember Ankit, he just joined the Discord and he's on that go way back with, and he has six figures. So like he's spent time building slowly. He set a milestone leading up to that bigger goal. And now I think he hit his goal for the year. So he's creating even a bigger goal for next year. And he's also in the tribe looking to reach that goal. So you see people of different account sizes, different goals or milestones that they're trying to reach in the group chat, but everyone can reach it if we just help each other out. So I think that's something that's really dope. And I really like about Tariq's testimonial, like having that goal mindset and knowing okay when to jump in, when to take breaks and things like that. So for me, mine is 250K. I'm gonna start out trying to hit 100K on the market. I can feel that happening sometime mid June next year. But again, just taking those small steps to it. So I think you should do it too.
uh yeah, the slow and steady wins the race. But actually, with the whole investment in real estate going on, and just
Mm-hmm.
this is going to be a whole new version of me. 2021's version of me is going to be totally different because
Nice.
um I gave up a six-figure job to like go back to school, and now that all of that stuff has been blown away because of our current situation, I can get back to the money. And when I'm in hero money mode, man, that's a whole different type of beast. So
Everybody
I'm
needs to get out the way.
hey, bro, because I eat. And everybody tell you I'll eat. That was the first. I've made six figures twice in my life, and both times I've given it up, and this is now going to be the third time that I've gotten it back. So I know how to make money when I want to make money. I I,
Mhm.
I tell people by all the time, I live a minuscule lifestyle. Don't construe that with being poor.
Now you have a different type of mindset. You have a different kind of hustle, and people not gonna understand it unless
Uh,
they've touched or tasted six figures. Like they're not gonna understand it.
nah,
They
it's
not like
six figures. Six figures changes you, but six figures with fours and threes, it defines you, and that's what
exactly
I'm trying to
multi
see.
six figures. I feel it. Like
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Like I just started my job at Microsoft, and I'm getting paid six figures. But it's like it's now until that happened I started to realize, wow, the world works differently,
Oh,
and
for
I need to
sure.
move differently just as much as so. So
Yep.
now, just like you, I'm about to go into 2021 a different version of me. Like if you thought you knew me in 2020, you're not gonna know who I am in 2021. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, I'll look familiar as fuck, but you ain't gonna know. You be like, damn, that boy look familiar.
Right.
Eesh.
We're going on to the next one. I think you. Let's see. Do you want to read another
Uh,
one?
uh,
One more.
yeah. Let's do one more. In fact, I shouted it out. Let's finish it off with her. Rebecca joined. I think like last month, and
Mhm.
I did a dividends crash course, and she just was like amazing resource. So she says in her testimony is one, the trade tribe for me has been a go-to place where I look for information. I can freely ask questions about specific topics or read posts that others have suggested. I am grateful that Tosh Way, the boy Taufik, has been a fearless leader and set up this tribe. I am excited to see how we grow as a financial and financially and technology sector, continually change as the continually changes. Two, oh, this is two part. Ooh, since joining, it's been a great discussion. It's been great discussing ideas I have been putting into practice. It comes. So it's confirmation that I am on the right track. Hell yeah, that is such a good point to see the confirmation while you're on track. It is
Mhm.
also helpful when members post call outs and specific investment ideas, and we can jump in the same trades. Also, I really enjoy the book club. That's shout out to me, the book club. There's so much information out there, so it's great that we can all access the same info and digest it together. I've been more confident as a trader since joining the trade tribe, and aspire to continue building my knowledge and trading composure slash psychology. Ooh,
Yeah, there's a lot of gems in there just to break down, just in that.
okay. So, and I'll say this, the psychology, I can almost use this with composure. What she's talking about in layman terms is your fear.
Mm.
Why are you afraid to be better? What is holding you back? Could you mean that? And this is why when I brought this to Taufik had the idea of make people pay for this. Let's get money from these people. And I was like, no. Because even if you give it to them for free and you gave them the timing, the place, the information, a select group of people will be held back by fear.
Yep.
They can't help themselves. And this is where the tribe comes in handy. Because Taufik would text me at 4:00 in the morning. Hey man, I'm looking at this chart and this don't look, do you think I should pull out? And I'll look at it and be like, oh, you trying to lose your money? Then stay in. The fear shouldn't be the thing that holds you back. The fear should be something that keeps you human. And the tribe is what keeps you going.
Mm-hmm.
So like, shout out to Rebecca for this testimony. Like, excellent. Like, you love to see it. You love to see it.
What you said just now is facts. Like when we had first started thinking, okay, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna go about doing this? It's like, of course, what is the way we can hold each other accountable? If everyone pays $5 a month, okay. If I'm paying someone $5 a month, I gotta be making sure I'm doing whatever it is I'm paying that $5 for. So that was my initial thought. But even just what you said is powerful because like even if it's free, again, this Discord, this show is all free. We're giving information all for free. We have a tribe mentality. This is all tribal knowledge. If you give 100 people the same information, probably only 10 will actually act on it. 5 will actually use it right. And that is the problem. I of course, want to change that. But
the accountability, the way you hold someone accountable is by showing them that their way is wrong.
And what is possible.
So if someone comes in here and says, I don't want to lose my money, that's a great thought process. That's a great psychology. Let me show you something called dividend investing, where no matter what happens in the market, as long as you hold that stock, you're getting paid. Oh, wait, so I can make, yeah, that's called trading. But you were sitting here worrying about options when the truth is there's other ways of doing it. So that's how you align yourself to things. That's how you open your eyes to other things.
Now, of course, and the thing I really like about the tribe is that everyone has their own different strategies. Like even in the course, something I did back in March, when the COVID first hit, people were like, damn, I'm about to lose my job. I'm getting fired. School's going to, I need a way to make money. Bills are not being paused. And people were like, oh, how can I make money? So I was like, oh, people need to know about investing. So I created a crash course called the Investor Starter Guide and put it out on Gumroad, gave it to people for a really cheap price. Say, hey, here are the different ways you can get started. Like if you were interested in becoming an investor, you can go into commodities, you can go into stocks, options, ETFs, dividends, real estate, crypto, Forex. I gave everyone the list of all the ways. I said, hey, this is one I chose. You do with this information what you want. But again, there's so many ways. And that's the beauty. Like you see the different ways that you can do it. Like you don't have to do options. You don't have to do dividends. You can do whichever one works best for you, but just still have that mindset for it.
But you never,
fall to the fear of not getting in.
Never have the mindset of, well, I don't know. It's not that you don't know, you just aren't listening. You just aren't taking the advice given to you. You're not wanting to move on those things. Never if you're ever in a situation where you have no answers, then that's a horrible position to be in. But for the tribe, if after looking at the tabs on the side, if you can't find the answer here, you probably won't find it anywhere. And I feel confident saying that. I'll fight you. I'll fight you.
Now, but going back to that fear part, like I feel like I dealt with that too. Like there'll be some things that I was afraid to do or act on because I didn't have someone showing me the way. And Rebecca specifically called me out like, hey, like I'm able to set this up and bring people together for this, but it's like I also dealt with that. That's why I'm able to do it. And I want to change that for other people because everyone is dealing with their own internal fears on how to get into investing. Even now, I feel like there's still fear limiting me in different aspects, but together as a tribe, we can overcome those things. So over time, I think that was a great thing that she mentioned in her testimonial about, hey,
Mhm.
there's a go-to place for that, for you to find a place that's set up and with other people that have overcome their fear and are figuring out how to do it the right way without fear in mind and having the right psychology to trade, because that's a huge thing. Having the right psychology and mindset to trade is really good. And then
And
she went off to mention the book club that you had suggested. Because we have an open mind. Like everyone in the group chat has an open mindset, growth mindset, if we call it. And when you had mentioned the book club, like, hey, we should be reading books every so often so we can make sure we're learning and growing as a group. And that just expanded our tribal knowledge. So
yeah,
shout out to
it's
Heero for starting that.
the thing about it is like, because one of my biggest fears growing up, like for all the antiquated technology and information I have, it's my hustle mentality that makes me useful to the world. I like, I don't need to know what the book says. I need to know why the book said it. What are you trying to convey to me? What is it? What is the message of this book? The words and their arrangement are all sort of, every book is the same,
Mm,
first, middle, end. But what is the message? And as a person who's in a book club now, there was something that I began to initially start to see myself do, which is repeat stuff I know. And I only repeat stuff I know because I haven't learned anything new. So if I get into a book club, I will learn something new. And that is something I can add to my repertoire. Your vernacular, your ability to engage, how you engage, your ability to say, I don't know. Those are all things you can gauge and understand from a book. And that's why I felt it was important for us to read it. It's nothing these days. You can put it on a PDF reader and put on a read to me status, but it's still acquired knowledge. And that's something that we have to be, as a, if you want to get yourself into a position of wealth, you have to become comfortable with reading. And it's not, and it's kind of sad because it's not until I got into like my 20 my late 20s that I said to myself, like, I started realizing the fundamental use of reading outside of knowledge, like outside of education. Because, oh, I could read the hell out of a science article about MZ413 proteins and all those things. But when did I ever read for my own benefit?
mm.
Never. And that is a problem in our community. It has a problem in our generation. Not enough of us read for growth and pleasure as we should be. There's no reason why I should have 80, 87 uh, critically acclaimed textbooks from school as my top list books read, when I have all this stuff out here that'll literally teach me how to become a better version of me.
Mm. No, that's facts. Like you really have to like challenge your ideas by going out and reading, gathering information, talking to people, or talking to people through books. Like the authors are talking to you through their books, and that's
Mm.
something that Rebecca said in her group in her testimony. Like it's great discussing those ideas. You take that, you discuss it, you challenge the idea, your idea, you challenge the other person's idea, and then you put it into practice. Whatever comes out, outcome, this
Mm.
new idea that comes out, you put it into practice. And when you put it into practice, then you see the confirmation, which is, hey, you're on track to your goal. And that's literally all I've seen. The last book we read changed my input on something that one of the specific technical indicators I use. Once I learned that, I put into practice.
When
And
you
then I was now seeing confirmation through using that indicator about the profitable trades I did. Like that option scanner I made on Thinkorswim, like we made like 2 weeks ago, it gave me a signal for PN, pen. I can't remember what they do exactly, but the signal, the scanner signaled that stock to me. I looked at the setup. It looked perfect. I saw the confirmation. I got in, sold it for what? Maybe I can't remember what exactly what it was. Maybe like 80% profit. And it was like that was a confirmation, and that was my goal: make money off of that trade. And slowly, you see how that happened from discussing an idea, challenging it, applying it, seeing the confirmation. You achieve your goals. Like we're on track, and like I'm for sure certain, especially after season one, how much I want to go all in on this. The trade tribe, like I'm certain now.
Yeah,
Like this is confirmation.
there's as we move forward, there's room here for a lot of people to
Mm-hmm.
learn. There's money and room for a lot of people to change the way they do business. You know, I'm a person who doesn't really function in the corporate world. I've always been a rebel. It's just easy. You can see it on my face. But between trading and real estate and a few podcasts, a few statements, you need good one good jump, one good decision, one good leap of faith for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and it could literally change the way you do everything in your family. So like as a person, like I know my goal next year, I have to make over 80% profit in all option plays. 80% is a high ass number. That's going to require me to put at least 10K into it. But like I said, this is a new me, new version of me. And the trade tribe is going to be able to support that because it's going to be, yo, T, I need this scanner to work for me. I need to rebuild the scanner so it works for me. What are my options here? And the thing about it is there's no ego and you have to be grounded, but most importantly, all you got to remain humble and hungry. It's
Definitely.
there you don't just eat, you feed. Don't just eat from the plate, feed the plate. And that's the thing that we gonna do here next year. What else do you want to do next year?
A lot. It's a lot of stuff we want to do in the future. The trade tribe, we have a lot of stuff coming up. But before we jump into that about what we have planned for next year, we should definitely take the time just to appreciate the people that have been following us. I was surprised when I was looking at the analytics on our page. I was super surprised. I did not expect us to reach the people. First, the amount of people, the types of people, and where these people are. I did not expect that at all. It's like if we look back at it, it's like I think on our Instagram page we have 120 followers. Like that means 100 people, 20 people found us. We did not promote, we did not advertise, we didn't have no paid ads. Like, but these are 120 people that believed in us, wants to see more, and are asking for more information from us. On Twitter, we have about 70 followers, and people are retweeting our posts. People are supporting it. People are actively doing it every week. On YouTube, we have 18 subscribers. These are people that said, "Hey, y'all put out content," because on our page we have what, 12 episodes. We have 11 episodes from the season, a couple bonus ones. We have 12 episodes, each of them at least an hour long. So we have more than 20, probably what how many hours of content we have? About 25 hours of content.
24 hours, yeah. About no,
24
12 to 24 hours of content right now.
25 hours of content. People enjoy what it is that we're bringing to them, and we're going to continue creating content to next season. So I just want to give a shout out. Thank you to everyone that has followed us, believes in our mission, our goal. We have 100 followers. I did not expect to get to that quick. Um, and we're just going to keep growing it. So next year, we're going to have a couple. Like one of the things we just decided, since now that we've completed the 11 episodes challenge that Heero put in. I can't remember what did you say I was gonna win? I think you
It,
said I was gonna win something.
I didn't know this was you're gonna win the chance. You're gonna win the chance to continue doing this because once again, the thing that I ultimately want to prove to at least you is that if you are consistent, it will pay off. But
Mm-hmm.
once again, it's challenge day, and I, I am a component of community.
Mm.
I think the YouTube community is missing what's going on right now between me and you. I don't
Mm.
see this enough. I have so many financial voices I hear, but 36% of treatable heart disease goes untreated here in America, not because they don't have insurance, not because they don't have money. It's because they don't have someone that looks like them to talk to.
Facts.
So my new challenge, if we want to truly break the gap of inequality and wealth within a social economic status, the best way to do that is to invite as many people as possible to the table. So I think the next goal, if you choose to accept it, dun, 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 is I think real talk, we should aim to have 100 YouTube subscribers on the channel before the end of season 2. Uh,
Facts.
I think that'll be an awesome goal. I think that's and a challenge to you, because it's going to ask you how to innovate. How do you get better? What
Mm.
do you put out to make your podcast better? Do they need to be shorter? Do they need to be longer? Like, what really matters when we're talking, because some people might have already clicked off of this video, but some people actually value it. Some people enjoy the banter, some people enjoy that aspect of it. But what are you going to do to help your community grow? So that's the challenge.
So the challenge is to basically hit 100 subscribers on YouTube and any other podcast platforms. So actually, we can call it hashtag Road to 100.
See, you added to it. You want to go all the platforms, so Anchor, Spotify, iTunes, all
Yeah,
of them.
YouTube. Okay, let's slow our boats, big fella.
Okay, I was about to
Let's slow
say.
down. Okay,
Okay.
let's do YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
All right.
Because those are where most people listen to us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're on there all the time, so might as well let's hit 100 on all three.
Oof.
Let's hit it.
That's And if we're basing it off of week to week basis, that means you'll have about what 13 weeks to do this.
Yeah.
So
So I got get 10 subscribers every week. Like and it's possible. I can see it happening. Like the tribe, members of our tribe are referring other people like, hey, you need to join this group. We need to join this Discord. So I can see people spreading by word of mouth. I'm seeing people following our pages, liking our content. I'm seeing people listening. This is actually an interesting fact. We have listeners from all over the world. I did not expect to reach out of the USA. I was like, okay, there's only going to be people here in the US listening, but we have listeners in the UK, United Kingdom. It says here, I think we have one person that's listening from Portugal, another person from South Africa, another person from Singapore, Israel, a couple from Canada, and a couple from Australia. So there's people out there listening and enjoying our content, people that we don't know. So shout out to them. Shout out to them listening to our what we're putting out, and trying to learn with us as well. We also have people. It's actually interesting. We have 60% male listeners, 40% female listeners. Our biggest demographic being within the 20 range, so between 19 to 30, ages 19 to 30. And those are people that listen to our content. There's people consistently listen. Like out of the people that are listening, I'd say half of them listen on a week by week basis. Because we put our stuff out every week. Every week you can look to expect, except for when we're on a break, of course, you can look to expect a new content. That's the same energy we're bringing into season two. Season two coming out in 2021. And there's gonna be a lot of new stuff too.
the ultimate goal for you, I think, regardless of what the subscriber count is how to receive, because now you've been talking to your audience.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have to become acquainted with hearing your audience. You've developed this group of people, and they'll talk to you, and you have to learn their language. You have to
Mm-hmm.
understand their language. So like that is going to be your next goal. And like I always say, the audience is going to be on you. How great this is going to be totally dependent on you. I can, give you insight here and there, but ultimately, this is your baby. This is your goal, and this is your legacy to a group of people who will never probably meet you in person. Your ability to impact and inspire a room full of people is solely dependent on your ability to remain consistent. So, you know, the weight of the world is only heavy to people who aren't prepared to carry it. So I hope you're ready to go into season two, a little bit more hungry, a little bit
Now we
more
are.
aggressive. You
We're
know,
ready. We're ready.
all
We're
right.
ready. Me,
I,
you,
I
the rest of the tribe. We're ready. We're gonna have more in season two. We're gonna have more members. We're gonna have a new format. We're gonna have a new schedule. We're gonna have shorter, more precise, quality content for this podcast through our Zoom calls. We're also gonna have a clubhouse segment. So every week on Sundays, we're gonna have a rapid fire talk. What are you investing in, and why are you investing in it? We're just gonna run through those. So you can add me on Clubhouse. You can add Heero on Clubhouse. My Clubhouse is at Taufik underscore SMK. That's TAOFIK underscore SMK. We're gonna start that once we get approval for our club on Clubhouse. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do every Sunday morning. Each person gets 2 minutes. Tell us what you're investing in and why, and we're gonna share our knowledge. So that's gonna allow people to realize, hey, we want you to be involved in our community too, and we're gonna shift that. Next, after that, we're gonna also have our Zoom calls every week, the same way we do it now and on Sundays, because that's been a huge keystone in what it is that we're doing. We're gonna have these calls more succinct, better scheduled, better format, so we can make sure that we're covering what we learned from the previous week and going into the next week even stronger. So we're gonna keep doing that. And we're gonna have a new challenge. I think I just challenged you to a new challenge in season one,
Oh
the
man.
Bitcoin challenge. I sent you my $50. So for those that don't know, I put Heero onto crypto. I said he's been a strong believer that crypto is not gonna go anywhere. So I sent him $50, and we've agreed that he's going to use that and try to learn more about it. And since that happened, Bitcoin, which you did buy into, has gone up a couple thousand. So
So
it was perfect timing, perfect everything.
you know, trash. It's so trash. Like, but
You're not gonna be saying that when you're making money off of it.
hey, and I'll surely pay you your $50 investment. What was it? 5% of my total investment.
Let's not ball it down. It was 25%.
It's 20. It's 25. Okay,
Yeah.
25%. If I make more than $50 on Bitcoin with
You will.
$50 remaining in the account, he will get 25% of whatever total profit I make, which will be nothing, because then I'll be receiving $50 more to invest in something more lucrative, like Tesla. Let's make it easy for myself. But that is it. It can be fun. That's the objective. It can be fun. And it doesn't have to be much. Like there's so many ways for you to get invested, to be involved. All of my links about what I'm doing and where I'll be coming from, if you guys want to catch up with me, will be in the description below, or it'll flash on the screen now. But I definitely pull myself out of this because, the objective is clear. Don't be good, be great. And that's what we're on a mission to do. So with that being said, man, I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart, supporting this, listening to this, helping us get better at this. It just like raising a child takes a whole entire community. Getting ourselves to a better financial stake is going to take a tribe, and we've built that. So keep joining.
Yep. We're going to have more challenges, a lot more content. Anything you're looking for, we will open to look into. But I think a lot of stuff that people really enjoyed so far. I think the episode that people liked the most was episode 7, which was an intro to options. And we covered more of that book, Calculated Risk by Kevin Trade. And there's a couple more that were great. So definitely go back, check the previous episodes we had. We're going to have more in season 2, more in 2021. And we're just going to keep going from there. We're going to make progress as we go and bring other people along. So don't be afraid to reach out. Ask any of us, hey, I want to join the tribe. I want to be a part of the discussion, because that's what this is. This is a discussion between a lot of people. A lot of people are different minded, but also still similarly minded as well.
Bet.
Stay tuned for season 2 of the Trade Tribe. And with that was pretty much everything. So tribe out.
2021. Be gentle.
Can we do like one of those like New Year's Eve ball drops, like 3, 2, 1?
Yeah, you just did it. Cut. You just did it. Cut. It'll probably let this one go out on New Year's Day.
Say it again.
Probably just let this one go out New Year's Day.
Facts. Day after?
Probably same.
It's gonna be busy with different